Hi guys, and welcome back to my channel with Readings by Circe. It's with your girl Becky, coming at you guys with day number 18. Are you guys excited? This has been so amazing. I hope you guys are truly enjoying this journey. I hope you guys are benefiting from it as well. I can't believe it, guys. We have 12 more days, right? We're on the up and up, the on and out, whatever it is, guys. We are making it. So we do have a lot to cover today. We won't take too much time in the intro here. But please, if this is resonating with you, hit that thumbs up button down below. Make sure you guys leave a comment. Let us know how you guys are feeling on this journey, how it's impacting you, what it is inspiring you to do even. Is that to take action in your life, to change something about yourself, or to maybe be more open to new things, right? To say yes to ourselves. Also, guys, if you're interested in following my channel, just making sure you guys hit that notification bell. I do come out with a tarot reading. I pick a card every other week, and I will be here for you guys for the next 12 days. And you're welcome to visit this any other time. So, and I'm thinking about bringing out something else maybe at the beginning of the year. So I am in the works of something as well, guys. We'll see how that goes. It's not a promise. It is just throwing it out there. It is something that could be potentially coming out. So if this is really resonating with you, let me know if you guys would like another challenge like this or something along those lines, okay? Excellent. So today we are connecting with the crown chakra, right? And this is connecting with our inner divinity, our oneness, our sense of oneness and wholeness and completeness, and also connecting with Source, the creator, and understanding that we are all on this journey together, not separate from one another, but in this together. Okay? We are still working with healing with the yoga aspect and the mudras. And we're going to go over one pose today in particular. Hold on just a second. My dog was in the window. I had to get her out to make sure, because sometimes she'll bark and she'll get a little crazy with it. Okay, so let's go over some of the poses for the crown chakra. And understanding that some of these, the one that I'm going to talk about today in particular, is a very challenging pose. It is still not yet in my practice. However, I will go over a variation that you guys can do so that you can still gain the benefits of this practice, okay? So poses for the crown chakra include Sukhasana, or easy pose, just sitting on the ground cross-legged. We have corpse pose, lotus pose, if it's in your practice, because I know that's sometimes a hard pose to do. Forearm balance, rabbit pose, meditation. You're like, why is that a pose? Because it's to be in meditation, practicing. Again, yoga is all about practice, right? And so it's practicing meditation. Tree pose, Nadi Shodhana, which you guys are familiar with. We did that in the first week of these videos. Plow pose and seated forward bend, or Utkatasana, I believe. That is actually standing forward bend. Upavista Konasana. Okay. I'm sorry, guys. I couldn't remember what it was. So, I do not know. I've got this one. There it is. There it is. See? Like, it's connected to this other piece right there. Okay. We're good. I don't know what's going on, guys. So, let's talk about headstand today, or Sirsasana, okay? And this is a very difficult pose. This is sometimes people will not get this in their practice for 10, 12, 15 years. So I'm bringing it up because I want you guys to understand the aspects and the benefits that this pose offers. It is not something that I'm forcing you guys to do, and I always recommend you guys do this with a licensed practitioner or a licensed yoga studio or whatever have you, guys, to make it easier for yourselves. Make sure you're practicing with somebody who knows what they're doing. I am not here to replace your primary care physician. I'm just here to give you guys information. So if you choose to do any of these options that I'm giving you, know that it is at your own risk, and to always listen to your body. You know your body. I don't know your body, but you know your body, and to make sure that you guys are listening to what your body is telling you. Okay? I washed my hair last night, and so I wash my hair frequently, but for some reason when I dried it, it dried so weird. I don't know. Sometimes that happens. Whatever, guys. Whatever. What to do with it? So this is a full inversion, and it turns you physically upside down, right? So we're standing erect, but this time we're upside down. It can help you breathe more efficiently and strengthen the upper body. It does target muscles around your shoulder and shoulder joints. as well as the core. Okay, it strengthens your arms, your shoulders, the core. Your thighs activate to stabilize your body at its center and keep you from falling from one side to the other. Your arms are also supporting the weight of you, not your head. Okay, and that's something to keep in mind here. You don't want to put any weight on your head, or little to no weight on your head, and we'll get into that a little bit further on down the line here. So let's talk about engagement. You have your lower legs. The ankle dorsiflexors engage to flex the feet and extend the toes. And at this point, your calf muscles are in a stretched position. Okay, your thighs. The quadriceps engage to extend the knees. The hip adductors engage to support inward motion of your legs, right? Pulling everything to the midline. And the abductors stabilize, keeping you again in this upright position. So you don't have just one muscle that's keeping you extended upward. You have a lot of muscles that are working to keep you up. You have the torso. The abdominals engage to support the spine in a neutral position and compress the abdominal organs inward. The spinal extensors engage to keep you from falling forward or backwards, okay? The neck. You have the cervical extensors, which engage to assist in supporting the neutral curve of the spine as well as stabilizing the head. Remember, we're not putting any weight on our heads at this point, okay? With the arms, you have the rotator cuff muscles, which are engaged dynamically to stabilize the scapula and the shoulder joints. The shoulder flexors stabilize the shoulders in the flexion. And your brachialis, your biceps, and your brachiordialis, I think I said that right. Brachiordialis engage to flex the elbows and the triceps, stabilizing you as you press into the floor. Now, thinking about alignment, right? You want to make sure that you guys do not put weight on your head first and foremost, and that is for the safety of the neck. The neck is not a very big muscle. It is a muscle, but it's not a very big one, right? And it only is here to support our head, essentially, not to support the weight of our body. So keeping that in mind, okay? You want to make sure the head is not touching the ground, or if it is, it's barely brushing the ground with little to no weight on it. And the spine, including the neck, is neutral, okay? Now, the variation to this pose is going to be dolphin pose. So if you guys are not yet practicing headstand, that is fine, okay? I'm not here like, oh, you should be. No, it's not even in my practice. I'm still working on strengthening up into headstand. It is a very difficult pose. I have worked on it, and it is still not yet in my practice. But that doesn't mean that it's not coming, and it doesn't mean that I'm not able to get the benefits of it from practicing dolphin pose, which is a prep pose for headstand, okay? And that's to reduce the risk of falling and to build the strength to get into this full expression. Try instead to practice dolphin pose, okay? Like I said, this is the prep pose. This will help get you guys used to kicking up, used to holding weight on your arms, but not your full weight yet, because you might not be strong enough to do that, right? But you will gain the benefits. Now let's talk a little bit more about this pose in depth and some of the things that we should avoid or just keep in mind, right? For those of the women on this that are menstruating, if you guys are trying to practice headstand, this is just something to keep in mind. It is not a rigid requirement or anything like that. In yoga, inverting during menstruation is believed to interrupt the natural downward flow, or the apana vayu, which could be a reason not to practice while menstruating. However, scientifically, there is no evidence that yet support these claims, so remembering to always listen to your body and how you feel. Okay, with posture and balance, a modern way of practicing headstand, and probably a more safer way, is only allowing 0 to 10% of your body weight to rest on your head. You cradle your head with your forearms, right? You make this basket, and you put it like this, and you cradle your head with your forearms when you get upside down. Okay, so it barely touches the ground. Pressing firmly into the forearms to reach the body upwards, right? To get this momentum that we've got going on. The compressed diaphragm. Being inverted makes your respiratory diaphragm work harder when you inhale, because you have your abdominal organs that are pushing down on it now instead of the opposite way, right? Usually your diaphragm sits on top of those organs. So And because of this, it strengthens the diaphragm, making your breathing more efficient with practice, as it is harder to inhale with that weight on it. Okay. Now, I thought this was interesting. And I know that the rotator cuff injury is it's a popular injury. It just happens, especially with guys. I think it happens a lot. You know, I've had family members that have dealt with rotator cuff injuries. And if I had known this, I would have told them to practice this posture for that, because they did do this. In an 8+ year clinical study, those with a rotator cuff injury who used headstand or a modified version to strengthen resulted in a reduction of pain for the majority of participants, while preventing surgery for many as well, right? Because it helps to bring in mobilization and strength into your shoulder joints, right? Awesome. So let's go ahead and move on to the mudra. I think we're moving a little bit faster today, which is fine. I'm okay with that. I'm sure you guys are too. So we're going to talk about the Hakini mudra, okay? And it's super simple. You just press all your fingers together like this. And then you can put it right either in front of your heart. You could put it in front of your solar plexus. You could put it anywhere. Now, there's an interesting thing to this. This is actually the one that they use to practice for the crown chakra, even though this mudra is directly linked to the third eye. We'll talk about why. Okay, that's not a whole huge list of reasons. It's just interesting. It's because of the connection it makes within our body. So this hand gesture is named after the goddess Hakini. Her power is immense and the emblem of a thunderbolt, which has a seat right here on the third eye. It is the mudra considered to best uplift the brain power, and it is known as the mudra of mind and wisdom. Hakini is one of 7 goddesses who are seen as fundamentals to support the basic structure of the body of skin, blood, flesh, fat, marrow, bone, and semen. Hakini constitutes flesh in the body, and this mudra lubricates the joints, moisturizes the skin, and helps to maintain immunity, right? And it's just super simple. You just press all your fingertips together. That's all you got to do. Okay? It's super simple. You guys make this and you press and it kind of domes your hands out. That's it. That's all you do right there. That's it. Okay? Hakini involves the attachment of the 5 fingers on both hands, which are the seat of the elements, right? And we've talked about the fingers being connected to planets, and now we're going to talk about the fingers being connected to the elements. You have the little finger, which is connected to water, the ring finger, which is earth, the middle finger, which is ether or space, the index finger, which is air, and the thumb, which is fire. Pressing all fingertips together activates our brain centers, and the ones connecting with it directly activates the ones connected with the subtle physical and psychic bodies, right? So these are subtle energies that we're feeling here. If for some reason you guys are feeling low after doing shadow work, mental work, journaling, anything really, regular practice with this mudra lifts the energy flowing from the root up, right? So it's like coming from the root up. It will bring the energy up. It redirects energy up Sushumna, and that is our biggest energetic current. And that has to do with the Ida, which is feminine energy, and the Pingala, which is masculine energy, or these nadis, these chains that are in us. And we talked about that yesterday, I believe. We're talking about looking like a DNA strand, okay? These are energetic currents that surround the chakra system. Okay? And this brings a change in memory because it meets at the third eye, right? It doesn't go all the way up to the crown chakra because the crown chakra actually sits just right outside our body on the top of our head. And so this goes directly up to the third eye center. And this improves your memory, your attention, imagination, concentration, brain power. Now, if you practice this along with the 3 bandhas, and we talked about the bandhas the other day, Jalandhar, Mool, and Uddiyana, this influences the consciousness and the various psychological aspects of the practitioner. And we talked about how the crown chakra is connected with consciousness, pure consciousness, right? This is why they use this, because you're connecting all the elements and your body as a whole to really balance out the brain, the thought, the consciousness within us so that we can change patterns and beliefs into becoming what we want to become on this journey, okay? So the benefits of this mudra are it boosts memory power, your memory power, your concentration, and attentive focus. With focused and deep breathing, it increases oxygen to the brain. The Hakini Mudra helps with logical thinking and creative aspects. It activates perception, attentiveness, watchfulness, intuitiveness, and curiosity. You can overcome various psychological issues such as stress, anxiety, and depression, which we see is actually a common theme with mudras. Okay, so mudras are a very vital part of practice if you guys are dealing with some of these situations or issues or psychological disorders that maybe you haven't been able to get rid of. You know, this could actually help you guys overcome these things. It does balance your blood pressure. It instills a sense of wholeness and unity. When we talk about the crown chakra, it's talking about our being one with everything. We are all connected. In fact, I think that was last week's journal question is, how do you feel when you talk about we are all one, we are all connected, right? So that sense of unity builds self-esteem. It awakens joy and a deep sense of well-being. It encourages overall health and wellness. It also opens and balances the crown chakra, which is why they use this mudra for the crown chakra. There is another one, but this is the one that had, I feel like, the most benefits for this chakra, okay? And that's why I choose the mudras that I choose, because I feel like these are the ones that have the most beneficial use to them. And the most universal as well, right? That's for anybody. And anybody can practice yoga. Anybody can meditate. Anybody can do mudras. Anybody can do whatever, like, has to do with the chakra centers. Like, if you guys are open to it, anybody can do this, okay? It's not just one person or the other. Or it's not meant just for some people and not others. So I want you guys to meditate today using this mudra while you guys are meditating, right? So using headphones and then just really sitting with this mudra and allowing it to heal you, right? If you guys are interested, check out the 10-minute yoga on my channel. I have a playlist that's set for you guys that you can check out. And I have the journal question for you here. Hopefully a lot easier. We're going to kind of start to calm down a little bit. I didn't want them all to be super deep questions because it gets really difficult when you're doing shadow work almost on a daily, right? Like, I get it. Okay, so your question is, have you taken steps in your life to attain some form of enlightenment? And what has worked for you? What steps have worked for you? What programs, what, you know, practices, what has really worked for you? And then keep integrating that into your daily practice, right? Okay. And the last thing here, but not the least, absolutely not, is your affirmation that I want you guys to work with, which is, my spirit is eternal. Okay. That is the affirmation I would like you guys to work with. And again, it's not making yourself believe it. It is just noting how you guys feel when you talk about it. Put that also in your journal, right? That way you guys can keep record of how this journey has impacted you and what, you know, what you guys have learned. I think more importantly over everything is what you've learned, not just about yourself, but about your body and this system within you, because it is going to be different for everybody, right? Not everybody is experiencing the same perspective, and so it will be different for us all. Awesome, guys. I am so excited. I can't believe we're already done with day 18. I'm so glad. I'm sure some of you guys are like, finally, we're done with day 18. I was like that in the middle of this, but I'm just super excited to be here each and every day with you guys. And I also am offering the tarot reading. That is not a requirement. It is just for those of you guys that are interested in it. It is there for you. Make sure you guys do subscribe to the channel. Hit the notification bell for ease and just consistency. I will always upload these videos at 2 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So that way you guys know when they're available to you. What else? I think that's everything, guys. we have covered so much, and I do not expect you guys to remember this. Do not worry. I'm not going to have a test on anything like that. I just want you guys to know that there are multiple ways to touch on these centers, and it's not just like everybody does these 7-day journeys, and that's great, right? However, I feel like sometimes it gets so watered down that we miss benefits from other aspects that can be useful to the healing. And so this is just the tip of the iceberg. Everything that I'm bringing to you guys, it is so small and minute in comparison to this whole journey. And I'm just really want you guys to be able to connect with the center and see the truth of your healing. Okay. Excellent. With that being said, may you guys always find the courage to take the right action for you, and to not be afraid to express your guys' self authentically, and to seek and find that divine self within, because you are so worthy of the expression of that divinity that's coming through you guys. I love you guys, and I will see you all tomorrow. Bye.